Did you know there was a live event going on Sunday? Because I didn't. I mean, I did kind of, but not really. Now, we had good information that Gift, which is a guild in AQ3D, was going to be doing a big Fool's Mimic spawn event on Sunday, April 28th. And this is something I was aware of. But I didn't know there was going to be a dev spawning different chests and enemies and whatnot, which made the event even cooler, but there are some downsides to it, which I'll get into in a moment. The event itself was a lot of fun, although it was rather laggy. Now, I had spoken with some players prior to this event, about a week before, talking about lag in houses and how bad it is and whatnot. Some of them were saying having spawn events in houses is good because there's not a whole lot of lag. After partaking of this event, however, I would have to disagree with that, because some of the houses I was lagging really hard, whereas in some of the other ones, not so much. And I largely think it has to do with the quantity of items in the map, because then it's that much more entities you need to load onto your device, not to mention the amount of players that have all the different items on them which you need to load. That is another thing you've got to realize. One player has shoulders, belt, armor, hat, cape. That is all stuff you need to load. And this is also why most mobile MMOs don't have multiple items to adapt. They usually have one visual thing that you can see and everybody else can see that one set. They don't see all your little shoulders and all your belts and all these things are hidden to other players, which is obviously going to help to optimize their games. The optimization in AQ3D has never been up to par with other games of its caliber, which has often led to complications. But I'm getting off course. So I did mention that there was a dev who had been spawning some different stuff, some monsters and chests and stuff, which is pretty cool. Now, the spawns were not very frequent because the majority of people, of course, were spawning fools. I was spawning some birds. And I don't have an issue with devs spawning monsters or spawning chests and stuff for players. What I have an issue is with players not being informed that this is going to be happening, and then they're missing out on live events because they weren't aware of the event or weren't aware the devs were going to be spawning. I feel the devs should let the players know that this event is going on. Now, in a situation like this, it makes it tricky because what a dev can do is they can spawn on all servers in the same map at the same time. But when it comes to a house spawn thing, they can't, because the houses are server side only, meaning if you have your house on the red server, you can't spawn using the red and the blue because that house does not exist on the blue server. It only exists on the red server. So it makes it a little bit more difficult, but they should almost compensate for the players who aren't able to attend these type of things, because otherwise I feel if a dev jumps in, spawns a few chests for a few select players, and no one else is aware of it until later on, and then they find out I missed out, they feel jaded. They feel that they've missed out on something and they feel kind of cheated. This is something that I feel they should avoid, and when they do live event chest spawns and stuff, they should be globally aware. They should let all the player base know, either through the game itself, so players who are currently playing the game can go, oh, I go to this map on any server and I'm going to be able to get some loot. This is how live events used to work, and then after the whole Relic and Tanny situation, we've never really gotten very many live events. Very, very few and far between. So the items that you can obtain in the live event shop, really nobody's getting any items in there, or hardly any, because there's hardly any chests or any live events actually happening, which is a downside, and I really feel they should kind of bring those back. But I'd like to give a big shout out to everybody that was spawning at this event, because it was a lot of fun. I was going to be live streaming it, but unfortunately I just wasn't able to. So I did record some footage, and that's what you are seeing here. Now, I also want to mention, in the AE Federation Discord server, link to that will be in the description below, there is a contest for a 2024 calendar code, actually 2 of them, and I believe they are collector calendar codes. The details to this 2024 calendar contest is in the pinned message of this channel. You'll find all the details right here regarding it, so definitely go and check that out if you're interested in getting a 2024 calendar code. Now, this works both for AQ3D, AQ World, Dragon Fable, and all the other AE games. And the contest will finish at the end of June. Big thanks to Shinsetsu for this contest. But that is it for this video. What do you guys feel about live events? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and keep those swords swinging.